Welcome back, and today we're going to go through my top 10 most pocketed $100 to $250 range pocket knives, and I've reviewed all these and they've continued to impress me. First up, we have the Knives Soothsayer. This is a more elegant looking knife with the carbon fiber and the titanium bolsters. You got a beautiful drop point blade that's going to be useful for just about anything, and being that you have a neutral grip, you'll be able to hold this thing in any which way you want, and it should be fairly comfortable. Comes with a deep carry pocket clip that's reversible, and it has a nice smooth action. Sometimes you can reverse flick off that fuller. It's not the easiest because it's a very small fuller and it's not super sharp, but that blade is almost full flat ground, comes down pretty nice and thin, and performs very nicely. Nice and snappy on the flipper, and you have a pretty minimal flipper tab there. It's got jimping, so it's nice and snappy. I love the Soothsayer. It's a kind of a gents tactical, whatever you want to call it. Only thing I don't love is the bead blasted finish. However, it's CPM 20 CV, so I don't think you should have to worry about it corroding. I know I live in the South and I haven't had any problems with it yet. Number 2, we have the PMP Knives User II, and this is a very slim and sleek knife in all dimensions. And since this is a front flipper, it keeps it nice and streamlined. You got nice and contoured titanium, so it's very comfortable in hand. You can get all the way up on that edge if you'd like to do some very precise cutting. And that full flat ground blade slices fairly well. S90V steel, wire pocket clip. Now, it is not reversible. I just don't understand why they don't do that on every knife in this, anywhere under $400. I don't understand why they would seclude that part of the market. Have a titanium backspacer and all titanium hardware on this one. Very, very smooth action. The only thing that I noticed whenever I took apart this knife is you're going to have to be very careful, use some Weehaw bits, and be very, very careful that you don't strip these because they don't have a lot of depth to that torque slot right there, so it's easy to strip. So be mindful of that. Put a lot of pressure in and slowly turn it to break it if you need to take it apart. If not, just blow it out with some compressed air. You can rinse it underwater if you want, then blow it out with some compressed air. Put your lube of choice in there. You can get all the way down in there. Number 3, we have the Kansept Entity. This is a Nalu design out of Hawaii, and I've always thought his designs were very, very stunning looking, but they're pretty much impossible to get. And if you do find one of his custom knives, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. This one, done by Kansept, they did a very good job on it. You can either get in this full flat ground S35VN blade, you can get it in a Damascus blade, and you can get it in a saber ground blade as well. The handle scales are very comfortable because they're contour titanium. You can get it without these holes as well. There's plenty of different options. Very smooth action on this one. Very, very snappy action. Yeah, I like the Kansept Entity. You have a deep carry pocket clip. Now, I wish they would have inset those screws and the clip, but that's about the only thing I don't like besides them not having it tap for lefties on this one as well. One thing that I can say about, like say this design only being for tap for right-handed carry, it may not be Kansept's fault. The designer Nalu may have requested it only to be right-handed carry. I have no idea. Being that he does custom knives, he might do left-handed and right-handed knives. So it's not always the company, the OEM's fault. Sometimes the designer does not allow them to put, left-handed as well. I don't know what the case is here. Just something I want to point out. Number 4, we have the Miguron Keryx, and they have now come out with the Keryx 2. This is the original version, and I absolutely love this knife. Miguron has been doing a lot of great things and offering us some high quality, high value knives. You have contoured titanium. This one has speed holes and an inlay. The Keryx 2 doesn't have the inlays, but it has some machine milling on the titanium, which is awesome. This is a front flipper, and that blade hole is excellent for reverse flicking. Comfortable in this choke back position. Choked up position is amazing as well. Beautiful blade shape. Just a very slight bit of belly, so you should be able to still cut some stuff on a flat surface. It's not going to be as easy as, say, a drop point, but get it done. M390 steel, and even though their M390 is not, 62 to 63, I don't think. I would say it's at least 59 to 60, somewhere in that point, in that range, especially after sharpening this one up. And it holds a good edge. I think they're like $189, and for that price, 59 HRC is just fine. Got a milled titanium pocket clip, and unfortunately, it's not tapped for lefties. Not sure if the Keryx 2 is lefty friendly or not. If I find that out, I'll put it up here. Number 5, we have the Maxace Black Mirror. This is my favorite Maxace knife to date. You have titanium scales, elongated blade hole right there with a milled titanium pocket clip that's blind screwed, along with a gear titanium backspacer. This thing has remarkable action. Very, very nice. Very comfortable in hand. If you want to get all the way up to that edge, you can. I usually sit back here. M390 blade, full flat ground. And these come in at 142 bucks. Excellent, excellent value. Now, they don't run their M390 super high. I would say it's probably around 59 HRC. But at at 142 bucks, I'm okay with that. Excellent access to that lock bar. This thing makes some remarkable sounds. It makes this twick. Yeah, beautiful sounds. Beautiful looking knife. Excellent blade shape. Love that stone wash. $142, hard to beat. Number 6 is a Trivisa cam. This thing is very slim and sleek, elegant. Something you could carry in a shirt pocket if you'd like. Very lightweight. And this right here is in titanium integral, just meaning that it's one solid piece of titanium that they milled out all the inside, as you can see in there, just to make the handle. And if you mess up on an integral, it's a lot of wasted material. So it's a very risky design to go with. But this one is probably, out of all the CEO style knives or the slim and sleek shirt pocket knives, this one by far is my favorite aesthetically and the favorite overall. M390 steel, you have a regular flipper there, smooth action, and you also have a front flipper. Decently comfortable. Now it is very slender, so it's not going to be something you want to do a lot of hard cutting tasks with for a long period of time, but as just a general EDC, I think this would work fine for you. And this thing's coming in at $200. You have carbon fiber inlays, titanium pivot collar, decorative hardware right there, decorative pivot, hardened insert, milled titanium pocket clip that is reversible, hidden lanyard area right here. I think this is a good looking knife. I don't love the blasted finish on it, but I haven't had any problems with corrosion. Yeah. For 200 bucks, I think that's probably one of the cheaper, or maybe one of the cheapest integral knives you can get at this quality. Number 7, we have the Kizer Titanium October, and they were really flexing their machining muscle here with all this milling they have on the titanium scales. Beautiful action. You have a regular flipper and you have that blade hole that both function very, very nicely. I love this choke up spot. It's a very comfortable grip. You have a black wash finish on this one. You can get it in satin finish as well, but I had both of these and the satin finish had a lot stronger of a detent. This one is dialed in perfection with the detent. CPM 20 CV blade steel, and I think it's just a work of art here. It's very classy looking. It's not a huge knife. It's very, very smooth. Kizer knocked it out of the park on this one. You have a bent over, I don't remember if that's a titanium clip or not, but it goes perfectly with the color of the scales on this one. It is inset and is countersunk, but they forgot about the lefties. What? Why? Why? I don't get it. Pretty sure the Mini October, it is lefty friendly, but for some reason, they decided to leave out lefties on this one. Very much of a shame. Number 8, we have the Knives Culex, an outstanding titanium button lock. Very nice flipping action. Very smooth once you release that button. Very, very smooth. Very snappy thumb stud deployment, and a beautiful, beautiful drop point blade of 20 CV steel. Once again, don't love the blasted finish, but no problems with corrosion thus far. And I carried this one quite a bit, still carry quite a bit. Got several different scale options, different finishes. This is the black washed titanium. You can get it in anodized colors as well. You can get it with a black blade. This one has the bent over titanium clip. It's not in set, but it is reversible. Hallelujah. You have titanium hardware. It's all flushed. Hidden lanyard post and 2 standoffs. The Culex is an excellent size and very comfortable in hand. I like the blade, and it's very pokey. Yeah, nice and slicey as well. Good sharpening choil. They did a lot right on this one. I love the Culex. Number 9, we have the Kunwu Tao, one that I just haven't had on the channel that much, but it's an outstanding knife. I carry it quite often. It's got this beautiful orange peel texture on the titanium, which is highly scratch resistant. I've put a lot of orange peel textures on knives, and it does great because these raised bumps cause things to like skate over it. So it's hard to scratch that. You have this nice, I think that's just a, I don't know if it's a Damascus pivot collar right there, but it's very nice looking. You have a deep carry titanium pocket clip that is reversible. You have that little slot there. Geared backspacer, hidden lanyard pin, and it has a regular flipper that works excellent. And it also has a front flipper that has some nice grippy jimping to it. And that works good as well. Very comfortable, locked in here. A semi-guard in this choil area. This thing is super slicey. And it's a full flat ground M390 blade. And they have the Tao 2 with a Vanex blade. Titanium frame lock. Ridiculously smooth action, very snappy action. And I'll tell you what, I've been considering picking up the Vanex version. I love me some Vanex. And one thing that I love about Kunwu, besides their excellent prices, is their use of different steels and heat treating them properly. They take these in the 60 plus range, all of them. And they usually do an excellent job. I have not had any issues with any of my Kunwu knives as far as performance goes. Nice sharpening choil there. Lastly, we have the Kansept Fenrir, one that kind of caught me off guard when I first checked out a blade show. I just thought it was a little out there, but this knife really, really grew on me. I love that spear point blade, or whatever they want to call this blade. Nice harpoon right here. Very comfortable, especially if you had to do some kind of thrusting motion, because you got a pokey tip there. S35 EN steel. You can get it in several different options. This is the micarta and titanium. You can get it with a titanium Damascus show side. You can get it with black wash. You can get it in Damascus. They're all very beautiful, and I've definitely wanted me another. I think this one kind of threw me off because of the reverse rolls here. Usually you have the bolster, the titanium bolster up here, and then the cover down here, but just swapped it up. I think it looks nice. He did it on both sides, which is excellent. Doesn't throw the symmetry off on the knife. You got a beautifully milled and contoured titanium pocket clip that functions very nicely. Unfortunately, once again, it's only for righties. This is a Sparrow Knives collaboration. Mr. Greg Schaub. I love a lot of his stuff. Very interesting and different. Nice and smooth. You also have that front flipper. Now I will say my detent is more dialed for the front flipping action. It's a little stout. You just gotta make sure you give it a nice little push, but it goes out super fast. Still carry this one quite often. Sharpened this one about 3 times already. Holds a great edge and takes a sticky sharp edge. I think I sharpened this one to 600 grit and then stropped it a few times. Whew! Stupid sharp. That's my top 10 most pocketed knives in that $100 to $250 range. Let me know if there's another price range you would like to see. I did a lot of high value knives in the last few videos. And if y'all want to see something $250 and over, definitely let me know. I know there's way more people that are in this range and the budget side than the more premium ones, because those are pretty much the enthusiast territory. But if enough of y'all want to see it, I'll be more than happy to do it for y'all. All these knives will be linked in the description. If you use my links, it helps out the channel, and I appreciate it, but you don't have to. If you have any questions about any of these, feel free to ask me down in the comments. And I hope everybody's having an absolute amazing day. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace out.